What's good, Eagles fans? What's good? What's good? What's good? This is your guy, Tone DeShields II from Chalk It Up Sports Philly. And as you guys already know, I'm joined by my man, Philly Foothills from the Nest Out West. What's good, my brother?
What's good? What's going on? What's cracking, everybody? Back in the Nest Out West, ready to rock out another pregame show, pregame post. We're really enjoying doing this with my guy here, Tone DeShields, and we really appreciate all you guys checking in with us and keeping us going. Because, like I always say, you guys are the food and the water of the channel. Without you, does not continue to survive. So if you're feeling the vibe, we're live on both channels right now. We're live on Tone DeShields channel, and we're also live on the Nest Out West. So if you're feeling the vibe and you haven't done so, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe to both of us. It really helps us. And you got to hit that like button too, because that pushes the content out there more and more and gets more eyes on, and helps us build and grow. So we really appreciate all that, guys.
Big time, big time. And as you guys can see, I'm looking real comfy right now. I got the victory robe on because the energy is right this morning. Just to keep it transparent, your boy is fresh out of the shower, back from the gym. And like I said, man, I'm looking real comfy, man, because, I feel like this is going to be a cakewalk today. But at the same time, this Philadelphia Eagles team, they have been up and down throughout the season. They've shown us good things. They've shown us bad things. But at the same time, man, we can't take our opponents lightly. We have the New York Jets today. Gardner Minshew will get the start. That's the breaking news today, y'all. It's crazy, man. Like this, I really didn't think this day would come. But Jalen Hurts is nursing an ankle injury right now,
right?
And he's not good to go. And his game is predicated off of his athleticism. So if he can't juke and get things going, if he can't bob and weave, then right now he really can't be trusted in the offense just because of his health, and he's still developing as a passer. So we're going to see Gardner Minshew getting a start today. But like my man Philly Foothills said, as you guys already know, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe for more content from us. The links are available down below in the description if you want to support myself, if you guys want to support Philly Foothills from the Nest Out West. Man, so Foothills, how you feeling today, my man?
I'm ready to get that nasty taste out of my mouth from that last week, that's for sure. And we obviously don't have the full cast of characters today for our team. We're kind of the walking wounded, especially on offense right now. We're going to be without our quarterback, going to be without in my opinion, our top running back in Jordan Howard, especially for the production that he's done this year. And we're real thin at running back, because Boston Scott's out. He's sick. So this is Miles Sanders' opportunity to really showcase what he can do to a lot of not only fans that are questioning his abilities, long term, and his ability to even stay on the field on a consistent basis as well. So, but he can also show if he's looking to possibly move on from the Eagles after this year. This will be another great opportunity for him to give some very, very nice film. Yeah, it's against the Jets. We know who the Jets are. And if we are any somewhat, obviously we're in a rebuilding year this year. We've seen it, but we've also had the opportunities to win some more football games too. So, today I think is going to be, in my opinion, it's going to be pretty close to, at least I'm hoping so. It's going to be pretty close to the Detroit Lions game.
Yeah, man, that's the goal, right? If you think about all things considered, with the injuries, Jalen Hurts is going to be out. Boston Scott was sick this week. Jordan Howard won't be playing today as well. Obviously Jack Driscoll's on IR now. Obviously Davion Taylor's on IR as well. So this Philadelphia Eagles team is thin at running back. And we're down to our second string quarterback in Gardner Minshew. On top of that, the New York Jets, they're dealing with some injuries as well. Sheldon Rankins, their defensive tackle, was doubtful. Morgan Moses is questionable. Quincy Williams is questionable. Their linebacker, Trevon Westco, their tight end, is doubtful. Corey Davis, their wide receiver, is questionable. I think they're going to be without their starting running back as well, and Mike Davis. So we have I'm sorry, Michael Carter. Excuse me, Michael Carter. Yeah. So. This has to be a rebound game for the Philadelphia Eagles because last week didn't really go the way we anticipated. We lost to the New York Giants in heartbreaking fashion. It seemed like we really couldn't get anything going for the better part of that game until about the fourth quarter. And we also had a lot of self-inflicted wounds on top of that, penalties, turnovers by way of Jalen Hurts' ill-advised decision making, and then it seemed like the play calling or the game plan rather was more so pass first, run second. Even though we did rush for over 200 yards, but it still didn't feel like one of those physical games that we were capable of those past few weeks. Right? It just seemed like tell me if I'm wrong. It felt like if like from the beginning, it felt like we weren't necessarily in our mode, in our pocket, in our rhythm. Right?
Right, because I think this team is not stupid, and these players know this team's identity. They know the players that work best with this offense and this offensive line. And when you know in your mentality going into the game that your best running back is not the best running back that's been producing at a pretty high level this year is not going to be in action, that's kind of already setting you up mentally for kind of a letdown. But even with everything that you just said, Tone, with all the pretty much dog shit that we've seen from Jalen Hurts last week, as far as making bad decisions, especially on the, I mean, all three of those first three interceptions were bad, but the third one, throwing it into double coverage, trying to force it downfield to Jalen Reagor, it really seemed like he was forcing the ball to Jalen Reagor. But even with all the turnovers, he still was leading the team on a scoring drive when Boston Scott coughed up the football. And then he put us in prime position, put the ball on the money to Jalen Reagor to either have first and goal right there.
Twice.
Exactly, twice. In the last one, we would either have the ball on the half-yard line or the 1 yard line, or it would have been a touchdown for the win. So, even with as bad as he played, he still put the team in an opportunity, with a prime opportunity to win that football game. His co-parts just really let him down. Especially Jalen Reagor.
Yeah, agreed, man. It's like the game plan clearly seemed like they were trying to force the ball down, Quez and Jalen Reagor's pockets, right? They were just trying so hard to get those guys involved, and it didn't seem natural. It didn't seem natural from the very beginning. And my thing is,
he's never had that many targets in his career. I don't think. I mean, he was targeted multiple times. 7 times. I don't think he's ever had that many targets in his career.
He had more targets than Dallas Goedert and Devontae Smith combined. That should never happen in any way. Knowing what we know about that young man, that should have never happened. And the lack of creativity and getting those guys involved showed. It seemed like they were just trying to force the ball to those guys. And again, there was no creativity. There was no jet sweeps. There were no screenplays to those guys. It seemed like they were like, let's be honest, Jalen Reagor, he has a lot of developing to do when it comes to his route running. From what I was able to gather from Gate City, shout out to Gate City, he did an analysis on Jalen Reagor. From what I was able to gather, he does better in zone coverage versus man coverage. He just can't get off the line. But aside from Jalen Reagor, because he's the least of our problems today, what are our expectations from Gardner Minshew? Because I'll be honest, like this just feels weird. Birdman 951 brought it up. A bunch of other subscribers brought it up. Today just feels weird. Jalen Hurts is not starting. We're going to see this Eagles offense on following a new quarterback. We're going to actually see what the play calling looks like with Gardner Minshew. We're also going to be able to see whether or not is Jalen Hurts the problem in terms of the passing game, or is Nick Sirianni the problem in terms of just the play calling? Because a lot of people say Gardner Minshew is a better thrower of the football than Jalen Hurts. Based off of Gardner Minshew's history, he is fairly accurate. He's not terrible, and by any stretch of the imagination, but he's also not great either. As a matter of fact, I believe in Gardner Minshew's career, let me just make sure I have it completely accurate. He's 3 years into the league, 2 years with the Jags. His rookie season, he had a 60% completion percentage. He threw the ball over 400 times. Completed nearly 300 of his passes, threw for over 3,000 yards, 21 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. He was sacked a lot, though. He was sacked 33 times and fumbled 10 times, so that's not really a good look as well. Then his sophomore season with the Jags, He didn't. I don't believe he played as many games. Actually, he only played 9 games compared to his rookie season where he played 14 games. But
Right.
in those 9 games, he had a 66% completion percentage, so he upped his accuracy. He had 16 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. So his touchdown to interception ratio, got a little worse. But the Jacksonville Jaguars were a worse team that year as well. So it all remains to be seen how Gardner Minshew is going to participate in this, in this new offense. He didn't really get that many snaps this year. He only played in 1 game this year. Only had 2 attempts, 2 completions, for 11 yards. Just dinking dunks. But what are your expectations for Gardner Minshew?
Well, I think because he's still fairly new to the team, fairly new to the system, and with Miles Sanders, being ready to go, Kenny Gainwell, he's going to be backing up Miles, and I think they're bringing up Huntley because they're probably going to need to have a third back for the active roster today. So
and Miles isn't fully, Miles isn't 100% either. He can't stay healthy to save his life, and it's beginning to bother me if it hasn't already.
It really is me, very much so in my department with Miles Sanders. The health issues are very, very much a concern, and they're becoming a high irritants when it comes to him because it seems like whenever he gets going, he gets a tweak. He tweaks his ankle or he tweaks a knee or it's something. He gets a little because it was he had that great first drive against the Raiders, then he gets hurt. He had the big run, I think it was to open up the second half, and then he got hurt against the Giants. It's kind of weird with him, and I'm pretty damn close to being completely done with Miles Sanders. I'm pretty close. I really am.
Yeah, if anything, he just can't be my number 1 back anymore. He has to be in
complimentary guy, right?
Yeah, he's a glory at this point. What he's shown us,
right?
And again, like I don't want to take away what he's done, but he's never really been given number 1 snaps just because he's always split carries or he's been hurt. And my thing is just based off all of that, he
doesn't fit the type of systems that we've had recently with Peterson and now with Sirianni. They need that more of a downhill runner like Jordan Howard is. Jordan Howard hits that hole hard. Miles Sanders doesn't. He for some reason he likes to dance a little bit and he's hesitant. Jordan Howard does not hesitate. I mean, he is full forward all the time, for the most part. So, but going back to what you asked me in regards to my expectations for Gardner Minshew today, I think that for the most part, they're going to see what they can get out of the run game. They're going to try to they're going to try to minimize the depth of the play calling for Gardner. Today they're going to try to really keep it, that kiss. Have you heard the kiss, the keep it simple, stupid?
Right.
Yeah, they're going to try to do that. I think so. I don't expect too big of things from Gardner Minshew, but you know what? With me saying that and knowing how apeshit this fan base is going to go, if he does really well against the Jets, even though it is the stinking ass Jets. I mean, let's say Gardner goes for like 3 or 4 touchdowns today, over 300 yards, and a quarterback rating over 100. He looks like gold. We're going to have a full-blown controversy on our hand, and it literally still after 1 game with just against the Jets, it's not going to have anything to do with Gardner Minshew, because all the hate against Jalen Hurts right now, it all has to do with the Carson Wentz fans that are still pulling out their Kleenex and wiping away tears.
Yeah, you're right, man. It's like
there's so many. Am I wrong? I mean, tell me if
right. No, you're right. You're right. A
lot of 90%, easily 90% of the Jalen Hurts hate comes from the Carson Wentz fans that are still pissed off the way the organization went with him not working out with us.
Well, look, here's the thing. The bottom line is Carson Wentz didn't want to be here, and sure, the organization didn't really make the best decisions.
Of course,
but sometimes you have those years where when the GM or the organization is making some boneheaded moves. It happens. But as a quarterback, you have a responsibility to. My thing is, you took the money. You knew who you were dealing with from the very beginning. You took the money. You knew your GM. You knew your head coach. So I can't really throw him bell on that. The bottom line is he didn't trust in his own ability to come back. He was intimidated by that young man, Jalen Hurts. That's a fact. He was intimidated by the fact that he had a bad season and he felt. But my thing is, you got the money. They're going to do everything in their power to make sure you're the starting guy. That's what he couldn't register. But I think he was so emotionally drained from the city, and not everybody can play here.
Right.
Not everybody's built for it. Not everyone's willing to use that as fuel. Some people use it as, some people use it as a distraction, or they can't necessarily just, get past it emotionally. Wentz is a sensitive guy.
He was used to always having his fans behind him, never having a lot of hate or question about his abilities and things like that. And like you said, he just wasn't from the get-go. He was never wired to be successful in Philadelphia long term.
Yeah. But again, he took the money and it was what it was.
Yeah.
And I think the part that he couldn't really get past was the fact that, he's so used to being loved, right? He was so used to being loved in college. And the moment he had those bad, because let's be honest, Carson Wentz really only had like one legit bad season. And that was like last year. And that was like his final season. I feel like every other year he was above average.
Yeah, I agree with that.
He was above average. And we were in the playoffs for damn near every year he was here. Right. But nonetheless, though, he's not here anymore. We're in this present right now. And, with the New York Jets, we faced them today. And I think you mentioned it before. We have to, we got to pound the rock. The New York Jets right now, they're allowing teams to rush for about 128 yards a game, averaging about 4.5 yards a carry. So just by that alone, the Eagles have to try to get their running game involved, especially if you're going to get Gardner Minshew into a rhythm, because at the end of the day, he hasn't been a starter in quite some time. And, there's always a little rust there. But this is the perfect tune-up game for Gardner Minshew to actually, get his feet wet. The interesting thing about this game is if Gardner Minshew comes in and he lights it up, that's the interesting part. If he comes in and lights it up, I don't think the controversy would be as bad, for the simple fact that people are going to say, well, it was the New York Jets. Like the same way how it was the Detroit game. Like, people say, oh, well, it was the Detroit Lions. People are going to say, well, it's the New York Jets. Exactly. Anybody can light them up. You know what I mean? So it's going to be an interesting conversation.
And shout out to the goat Michi. He said earlier in the comments, even if Minshew wins today, it's not and does very well. It's not going to matter because Hurts is coming back after the bye. It's not going to matter. So, we can really save our energy, focus it somewhere else, and let's really just, as a fan base, let's try to get behind one guy. I mean, let's stop flip-flopping. Let's get behind one guy and try to, build some confidence and build a solid foundation underneath him. Let's give him something sturdy to stand on, sturdy to feel comfortable, in this organization, in this city.
Here's the problem, right? I made a video a couple days ago. Here's the problem. I had to ask people because, I've been thinking about this a lot. I feel like fans, supporters, they have to ask themselves the $1 million question. Are you a Philadelphia Eagles fan first, or are you a Jalen Hurts fan first, or a Gardner Minshew fan first, or a Carson Wentz fan first? You have to ask yourself that question because too often fans are locking in on one guy. Too often fans are falling in love with these guys when in reality, situations happen. There's a lot of nuance, and any given Sunday, anybody can break your heart, or anybody can, make you feel great about everything you've seen. And
absolutely.
And so far, let's be totally honest. Jalen Hurts, he's easy to root for. That's the hard part. That's the most interesting thing about it. Jalen Hurts and Gardner Minshew, they're both easy to root for.
Right.
So at the end of the day, whoever is out there, you want them to be successful. Whoever is the long-term answer, you want them to be successful. And too often, fans get caught up on the name on the back of the jersey and not getting, and they're not locked in on, the logo on the helmet or on the front of the jersey. We have to stay loyal to the soil. And I do believe that, in the same breath, this Eagles team needs to show, this organization, they need to show some stability. They need to show Now, obviously, Jalen Hurts is dealing with injury, so it's not like they didn't want him to play. But they need to show some stability in terms of who their quarterback is going to be. Now, granted, Jalen Hurts is on a rookie deal. They have some time to figure it out. But will they give him the time to develop? Doug Peterson had an interview with John Clark from NBC 10. He covers sports for the Eagles and so on and so forth. Doug Peterson said, they had to take their time with this young man. They had to be willing to invest in his development. And is this team ready to win now? Hell no. So I think their best bet is investing in his development. I think their best bet is using those picks to get this defense reloaded again. Draft some legit defensive talent. I was watching the Alabama versus Georgia game. I was watching the Michigan versus Iowa game. There's a lot of defensive talent out there. There's a lot. And this Eagles team has to be mindful of, okay, this defense still needs some talent. Just because defense has been playing well these past few weeks, you can't discount the fact that we still need some talent on that side of the ball. We need edge rushers, we need linebackers, we need safeties. You know what I'm saying? We need corners. Yes. We need to reload this roster. And of course, and this brings me to my next point, the Russell Wilson sweepstakes has officially begun. I firmly believe they're keeping their eye on Russell Wilson because right now, Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie, according to reports, they're split. And this is a very, very interesting situation to be in because do we really think if Russell Wilson comes here, is this team truly, truly ready? Are we ready for a guy like Russell Wilson? Or like, are we? Let's be honest with ourselves because, I'm just in that middle ground of we have to figure out this team first. And I don't want us to put the cart before the horse.
Absolutely. I mean, he would be basically coming into what he has in Seattle right now. And what is he doing with that this year? I know he's been hurt, but he doesn't have very, very many weapons on offense. And his defense is.
I think the problem is his offensive line more than anything. In Seattle, his offensive line has been a problem his entire career. He's never had an offensive line, not one year of his career. So he's had to overcompensate. So just to play devil's advocate, can you imagine if he was behind his offensive line? It's something to think about, though.
It is definitely. But would I be willing at his age and?
Yep, he'll be 34.
The fact that you said that that we're not ready to win right now with this roster, we'd have to mortgage away the franchise to get Russell Wilson here. So yeah, I'm sure he'd be interested in coming here, like you said, because we have got a good offensive line and we have young guys on the offensive side of the ball. We have some weapons, but I'm definitely not. I mean, unless the price comes way considerably. I mean, I'll give up one first round. I'll give up one of our first round picks for Russell Wilson. I don't want to give two. I'm not giving two. I'll give you the last one. I'll give you the Carson Wentz one from the Colts, and maybe some other draft picks for. I'm not giving you all two first rounds this year. And was that the deal? Was that the? I haven't heard. I mean, any possible deals recently, but that's what I thought I heard, that it was going to be, take two first rounders to get him here. And I'm not willing to do that at all. I would possibly consider giving them one this next year, but Russell Wilson, I don't know if he has even more than 5 good years left. He probably only has about 3 or 4 top end years left, in my opinion.
He's taking a beating. He's taking a beating playing for the Seahawks. Now, granted, Michi brought up a great point. I think Russell Wilson won the Super Bowl in like his second or third season,
something like that. Yeah.
But Michi brings up a great point. He had an elite defense at the time, and he had a running game. That's a fact.
Yes.
So, but also at the same time, I think any great quarterback needs a legit defense and a running game. Even Tom Brady needs a running game. Let's be totally honest. They beat the Colts because of that running game. Playoff Lenny came into full effect. I think he put up 4 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, something like that.
Yeah.
But
then when Russell Wilson did try to win the Super Bowl with his arm, because he didn't. I mean, yeah, they called that play, but he didn't have to throw that football. He He could have had two. He could have had back-to-back Super Bowls.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so
I think that play also in that Super Bowl when he threw the interception. I think that was simply he predetermined where he was going with that ball,
mhm,
and that was that was clearly a timing play, and I think I put that call more so on the head coach because at the end of the day, the head coach called the play, but if I was him, I would have checked out of it. But
right.
it is what it is at the end of the day. We just have to focus on what's in front of us right now. We have Jalen Hurts on his roster, Gardner Minshew's on his roster,
Absolutely.
and I honestly don't think Gardner Minshew is a long term answer in any way. Gardner Minshew, he's fun to watch. He's easy to root for, but he's not a long term answer in any way. We're trying to find out if Jalen Hurts is the long term answer. Can he develop into this guy? And as much as I want him to develop, also, and again, we have to wait. We have to play this middle ground a little bit. As much as we want him to develop, some guys just don't. Some guys just never get there.
And let's be honest, that's been an issue with us recently. Development. You see guys leaving here and developing and doing well, i.e., Rasul Douglas. I mean, look what he's doing now for the Packers, and he's freaking killing it. He's getting kudos from Aaron Rodgers in the press conferences and stuff like that. So, development has been an issue, and you're definitely right about that, Tone. We have to start being a little more. I don't know if it's a coaching thing or if it's just being a little more patient and trying to, not pull the, not pull the trigger as far as getting rid of these guys too soon.
Yeah, man. Most definitely. So, you guys, thank you guys for being here. Make sure you guys hit that like button. It really helps. You do not forget, we are live on 2 channels. We're live on my channel, Chalk It Up Sports Philly. We are also live on the Nest.West with Philly Foothills. The links are available down below in the description if you guys want to support the channel. So make sure you guys smash that like button. Truly, truly helps everything we do, you guys. So, all things considered, this is going to be a very interesting game to watch. We can't take them lightly. And I think that's what happened last week. We cannot take them lightly. If we lose this game, you might as well kiss the playoffs goodbye. And also, you have to pray for a 9-8 record at this point. You have to. There's so many things that have to go right for us today, because this Eagles team, as spectacular they've been the past handful of weeks, this team still is trying to figure things out because we rely so much on the running game. Are we truly built to come back from behind? And sometimes you have to question that.
Not.
And again, we're not there yet. We're still developing. I'm
Yeah.
going to be watching a lot. I'm going to be watching tremendously on what kind of plays they're calling for Gardner Minshew, how they get the running game involved. But I'm curious to see. I'm really curious to see if this defense keeps their foot on the gas, because obviously the quarterbacks of the New York Jets, they're lackluster. They're still trying to figure out how good Zach Wilson is. So what are your expectations for the defense today?
Well, the defense is going to be, to me, they're going to be a key, and then they're going to be part of my keys a little later on when we do those. But I expect the defense to show out today. I really do. Like I said, I think they're going to take advantage of the rookie running, or the backup running back, because they're starting running backs out. They're going to take advantage of the rookie quarterback coming back in Zach Wilson, who has looked very, very unsteady this year in that offense. So I think Slay and company is going to be able to wreak some havoc today. And really, there needs to be a precipice of really just pinning their ears back and going after Wilson. They got to make this kid as uncomfortable as possible today, and really get after him with the front four. They should be able to get home. They really should.
Yeah, I agree. Another thing too that needs to be a key part of this defense, they need to take advantage of the fact that he's a rookie, and they need to. I think they actually need to blitz him. They need to overwhelm him early and often, and also play around with his eyes, deceive him, make him think he sees one thing, and then throw another thing at him. You know what I
Right.
mean? Make
Right.
him make it or make him think guys are blitzing and then drop back. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? Drop a linebacker back. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be really interesting to see how Jonathan Gannon does this. I don't want him to come out here because he has a trend right now of overwhelming mediocre quarterbacks. That's his mo. He likes the blitz mediocre quarterbacks. He likes to play back and respect guys who are doing a little, guys that are a little bit more talented.
Yeah,
And
I think we should. I was going to mention this too for our defense. I really think we should double team Elijah Moore because he's been doing a lot of damage this year for their offense as a wide receiver,
he's starting to get his
especially as a
rhythm.
rookie. Yeah, especially as a rookie, coming in, he's like you said, he's really starting to hit his rhythm, and I would rather somebody else beat us on the offensive side of the ball for them. Let it be Crowder or somebody else. But Elijah Moore is, we need to make sure that he does not beat us over the top.
Yeah, I think Darius Slay is going.
I think we've been pretty good on that this year. And a lot of people don't give enough credit to our safeties in Anthony Harris and Rodney McLeod because they've been playing pretty damn good this year. We have not been beat over the top too much this year at all.
Yeah, I feel you on that. It's funny because I was very high on Elijah Moore out of Ole
Yes.
Miss. I was
Yes.
extremely high on Elijah Moore.
Both were.
And I
Yeah.
and I actually thought the Eagles were going to go defense in the first round, and then if they did, I would have said go get Elijah Moore in that second round. Go get him.
Imagine if we would have got Parsons and Elijah Moore. I think we would. I mean, not that I don't love Devontae Smith. It's just, I think we would be in a lot better, especially on the defensive side of the ball, because Parsons seems like he is an absolute beast, like I thought he was going to be. I said it, when we were doing our draft scouting and all that. I said generational talent in Micah Parsons, and I wasn't kidding.
Absolutely, man. So to your point about Elijah Moore, I'm expecting Darius Slay to, make him earn it. Darius Slay is having a great year, having a career year actually. And I'm expecting I'm expecting Darius Slay to be very physical with him, make him earn it. He has Elijah Moore is an amazing route runner. His footwork and his release is what makes him, what makes him so electric. Speaking of wide receivers, though, I was thinking prior to today about the targets, right? When it comes to our quarterback to our skill position guys, and right now I don't believe we're a team that's built to throw the ball more than 30 plus times a game. I just don't. So I did a little calculation, and let's just say, for the sake of argument, we have for the past several weeks we've lived in that 20 to 25 range of pass attempts per game. So, excuse me. I was thinking, how do you believe the target should be divided up? If you were throwing that ball 25 times a game, how would you divide your targets? Like for me, for example, if I was throwing that ball 25 times a game, I'm dividing my targets at 9 targets for Goddard, 8 for Smith, 4 for Quez, 2 for Rager, and 2 for whoever's at running back at the time. You have to feed those. You have to feed the guys that's getting the money. Let's be honest. Dallas Goedert's getting paid to be getting these targets. Feed him the ball. Get him more involved. Use him in more creative ways. I'm really surprised that they don't use Dallas Goedert in just more ways than one. It seems like they're very succinct in how they use him. And I would prefer if they use Dallas Goedert in many more ways than the way they've been used him. Like in that Giants game, he was barely used at all. He's a physical guy. He gets a lot done after the catch. They need to find a way to get him open. He's a big play waiting to happen. Devontae Smith, he needs a bounce back game as well. What are your expectations from these skill position guys?
I mean, how many targets did you say you were dividing up?
So 25 targets. Let's just say 25? For the sake of argument, we give Gardner Minshew 25 pass attempts today.
Yeah. Okay. I would say I want the bulk to go to his security blanket. So like you said, I would want like 8 and 8 or 10 and 8, something like that. Let's say 8 and 8 to Devontae and Dallas Goedert. So that's 16. That leaves you with 9 targets. 9. So I would give I would give another 5 to Quez Watkins. That puts you at 21. And then the last 4, I would split between, like you said, the running backs and either Jalen Reagor or JJ Arcega-Whiteside, because as far as a confident receiver right now, and maybe as a obviously a backup, more of a third string wide receiver guy who's going to be doing blocking, maybe JJ is the better choice right now. So that's how I would split it. And yeah, like like you said, it's really frustrating that Goddard was not used last week more, because I felt that he could have been a bigger factor in that game. And I mean, he was very ghostly last week. I think he only had 3 targets with 1 catch, and basically a non-factor. So yeah, Dallas Goedert has to start earning that cheddar. You gotta be more. You got to produce on a more of a consistent basis, week in, week out.
Absolutely, man. I was looking at some numbers, right? And Jalen Hurts, he leads our team in rushing attempts by a large margin. And he's on pace for about, I think, 800 to 900 yards rushing this season. And, he has a sore ankle, right? I'm a little concerned about how sustainable using him as a runner. Like, how sustainable could it be, right? Because you don't want your quarterback taking as much punishment as he takes sometimes. The Giants made it a point to be very physical with him, especially on the RPOs. They took free shots at him, and I thought they would throw some flags, but they took a lot of free shots. It's so important. It's going to be so important for Jalen Hurts to develop as a quarterback. He needs to, and I believe he's earned next season as well. I believe he's definitely earned a shot at next season to being a starting quarterback. Again, he's on a rookie deal. He's going to be going into his 3rd year of his deal.
I think we both said from the get that we got to give him at least 2 years in this offense with this coaching staff.
Right, because he hasn't had a fair shot. He's had literally a different head coach for the past every year for the past 3 or 4 years. And how can you
know with a different head coach? Right, with a different head coach means a different system, all new coaching staff for the most part. So it's like you said, how can you expect him to really develop at a high level when you're making it damn near as hard as possible on him?
Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, the more he plays, the more opportunities he gets, the better his ability will be at reading the opposing defense. You have to see it. You have to see it to believe it. You know what I mean? You have to see it so you can learn it. And I'm truly, truly concerned about whether or not this organization will give him the opportunity, because this offseason is the offseason for these veteran quarterbacks. We all know Russell Wilson's getting out of Seattle. He's going to want out. He's going to want out.
Aaron Rodgers might be done in Green Bay.
And it all depends how the Packers season ends, though.
Right.
It all depends on how the Packers season
retire. Ends. I mean, hell, if they win the Super Bowl, I wouldn't be surprised if Aaron Rodgers just retired. I mean, he probably wouldn't, but I mean, you never know.
Yeah, it's right, and that'd be pretty interesting to see if because some guys like to go. It'd be crazy because
quarterbacks on the move, like you said, though. Matt Ryan could be out of Atlanta. I mean, they could draft a quarterback. There's lots of guys that could be possibly transitioning teams. But Tone, there was a question I wanted to ask you, and I also asked everybody that's in the live stream right now. How many people we got in here right now?
Right now, we got about five people in here right now. Shout out to those 5 people that staying loyal to the soil. We really appreciate it. Make sure you guys smash that like button.
Yes, you guys. Thank you so much. So with Reagor struggling at wide receiver, what do you guys think about us using him more, kind of like the way that the 49ers use Deebo Samuels some of the time, and the way he's and that's having him run the ball? What do you guys see us try to? What do you guys think about whether it's a good idea or a bad idea to incorporate more of Reagor being more of a running, more of a kind of a slash type of player for this offense going forward? What do you think, Tone?
His biggest problem to me right now is his confidence.
Yes,
because it's not a physical issue. He has a strong build. He's a strong guy.
Right.
He has
all
great
mental
speed.
with him.
He has great speed. He has great athleticism. It's all about his confidence and his rhythm. So I think it's going to be important for this organization, well, the coaching staff rather, to try to get him in some easy situations, get the ball in his hands early. Don't allow the ball to travel too far before it touches his hands. So try to get him involved in some jet sweep situations. Try to get him involved in some screen situations. Allow him to build that confidence with the rock because right now he does not have it at all. He has no confidence. And playing in a city like Philadelphia, and I'm pretty sure he's hurt, especially from that Giants game. There's no way he was able to avoid the hellstorm that he got, this entire week. And I'm concerned about the young man. I'm truly concerned about his mentals.
Right.
Some guys will never bounce back from it. A city like Philadelphia can break you.
Right.
It can break you because we're so brutal, we're so
Yeah.
hardcore, and at the end of the day, we're knowledgeable. We go through this team with a fine tooth comb,
Right.
and you can't hide with us.
And
That's
to
the
give you guys
thing.
all out there a good comparison, like what Tone's saying with Rieger, it's like it's like it's nice shiny new car, right? It's beautiful, but it ain't got any gas in it, so it ain't going anywhere. The gas is Jalen Rieger's confidence. He's on E right now. He's on E. He's sitting on the side of the road. He's got his hood up. He's flagging people down.
And guess what, Philly? He's flagging people down, and no one's coming to help.
Exactly. Nobody's coming to help you. No, not especially not with this franchise, not with this fan base. Hell no, they're not.
Right. And granted, it wasn't his fault that he was drafted in the first round. It wasn't his fault. The expectations were put on him. But at the same time, you have to understand your situation, know your role. And I believe he was honestly intimidated by the Devontae Smith factor as well. Some people take it as fuel. Some people take their ball and go home. I believe he was intimidated and he's pressing. He feels like he has to produce. And I'm telling you, the longer that ball's in the air, the more he's going to think. You have to put him in situations where he can't think. You got to put him in situations where all he can do is react. And that's, those jet sweep situations, those screen situations. Put him in situations where he doesn't have time to overthink.
Right. Yeah, or get over nervous. Like you say, yeah, just overthink it. That leaves everything.
Because think about those times when he dropped the ball.
Mm-hmm.
They were deep balls. He had time to watch that ball come to him. And I'm pretty sure the entire time he was sitting there looking at that ball like, please catch it, please catch it. And then, he just overthinks it. It happens like that. Sometimes when you have too much time to think, you're bound to make a mistake. You know what I'm saying? But I want to ask you about some of your, some bold predictions. What are your bold predictions for this game?
One of my bold predictions is going to be, let's see. I was thinking about some earlier this morning because I woke up a little earlier.
Okay, cool.
Got some time to ponder on this podcast, definitely. Yeah, so I think that Javon Hargrave is going to have 2 sacks and a strip fumble.
2 sacks in the strip. Okay. 2 sacks in the strip sack?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you. So 2 sacks. One of those sacks gonna be a strip for a strip. Okay,
right.
I like that. Okay,
we'll get a turnover right there.
All right, I'm gonna counter that with I believe I'm gonna say Darius Slay catches an interception on Elijah Moore. Darius Slay catches the interception on Elijah Moore, takes it to the house again. I'm going to say that. That's my first bold prediction. Darius Slay pick 6 on Elijah Moore.
Okay. All right. I like that. All right. My second one's going to be that Dallas Goedert has a big bounce back game and has over 100 yards receiving with 2 touchdowns.
Interesting. Okay. All right, I'm going to counter that with this, and this is really bold, you guys. So buckle your seatbelt. I say Gardner Minshew. I say Gardner Minshew throws for over 300 yards and three touchdowns, no interceptions.
Okay.
Completes over 65% of his passes. It's very specific. Yeah. So 3 touchdowns, over 300 yards passing, and completes and completes 65% of his passes. So, that's basically what I'm saying is I'm expecting Gardner Minshew to light it up. That's
Yeah,
but again, a bold prediction, you guys. A bold prediction.
definitely. They're all bold. You
Yeah,
know,
very bold. And your third and final bold prediction?
let's see. I think let's see where we're gonna go. I'm gonna say Miles Sanders is gonna have he's gonna have 75 yards total, from the line of scrimmage with a touchdown and yeah. So I'll say 50. I'll say Miles Sanders is going to have 50 receiving or 50 rushing, 25 receiving today, and a touchdown.
Okay. Okay, because Miles Sanders hasn't scored a touchdown in a while. So,
Right.
okay,
I didn't
that is
say if it
pretty.
would be. I didn't say if it would be rushing or receiving, so it could be either one.
Got you. I think my third and final bold prediction will be. My third and final bold prediction will be the New York Jets don't score. The New York Jets don't score more than 13 points.
I like
That's
that.
my that's my third and final bold prediction. Uh, the New York Jets will not score more than 30 points. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
13. Excuse me, 13.
definitely not more than 30. God, yeah,
Yeah,
bite your tongue.
yeah, right. Seriously, yeah. Oh my goodness. All right, so
We got
let's
your
get
dad. We got your dad in the chat. What's going on? What's going on, Mr. DeShields? We appreciate you being here.
big time. What's going on, Daddy? Yo.
Yes, sir. Always checking in. We appreciate you.
All right, now let's get into the keys to victory. What are your keys to victory?
Okay, so my keys are definitely going to be run the ball at a high rate and keep it as simple, like I said earlier, for Minshew. That's my first key. My second key would be, well, I mean, we just touched on it a little while ago. Basically, Dallas Goedert, will you please stand up? Because last week was completely unacceptable, especially against the New York Giants defense, who you should have been able to, get some work done against. Definitely, you should have been able to padded your stats. That should have been a stat padding game for you. So, Dallas Goedert, will you please stand up? That is my second key to victory, because we all know that a good tight end is a great security blanket for you know, a average quarterback. The basically the lower down you go in the tier of quarterbacks, the more you need good security blankets like a Dallas Goedert, like a Devontae Smith. So, yeah, Dallas Goedert, please stand up. My third key would be the defense needs to stand up today, win the turnover battle, win the field position battle. Because if this is a low scoring game, at times, especially if it's close at all, field position could be very, very important. And like I said, Darius Slay locked down Elijah Moore, and I think we'll be good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, hey, my little brother, hey, my younger brother is here. He said the whole fam. He said the
Let's go.
whole family in here, but we're gonna turn the Jets into. Yo, he said the whole family in here, but we're gonna turn the Jets into Spirit Airlines today. Yo, I like that. I like that. Oh man, but so for me, my keys to victory are lead with the running game, make it easy on your second string quarterback. Lead with the running game, pound it. I don't care who you have back there. Be physical today. Run that rock.
Yeah.
Second key to victory. No turnovers. No turnovers. We turned over the ball the most we have all season. Well, not all season, but the most we have in any game last week, and we lost. It's a reason for that. So be physical and run the ball. Do not turn the ball over. And my third and final key to victory is do not let We can't let this young quarterback and Zach Wilson get into a rhythm. Can't let him get into a rhythm. Can't let him get comfortable in that pocket. Okay? So run the ball, no turnovers, and get extremely physical with Zach Wilson, and do not allow him to get into a rhythm at all. Now, let's get into the score prediction. What's your score prediction for this game before we get out of here?
Okay, so I think on the first drive, we're gonna go down. They're gonna slow us in near the red zone, and we're gonna get a field goal. And then I have, obviously, like I said, I have Dallas Goedert scoring a couple touchdowns and Miles Sanders getting a touchdown as well. So my score is going to be. I liked your 13. I liked you saying them not scoring more than 13 because that's the number that I had for the Jets as far as my score prediction for them. So I'm going 24-13. Fly Eagles fly.
Wow, that's crazy. I was literally about to say that, but just to play contrarian, what I'll do, I'll say the score is going to be.
As they say, great minds think alike,
Exactly, right? Exactly. I'll say for my score prediction, I'll say Eagles put up 27, Jets put up 13 points. 27-13.
Okay. I like it.
27-13, my man.
I like it.
But yeah, man,
2 touchdown margin. I like it.
Exactly, man. So, again, this is going to be a very interesting game. We're really going to find out what this coaching staff is made of. We're going to find out exactly where the mindset is of these running backs, Gardner Minshew. It's going to be very interesting to see how things play out. Do you have any final thoughts before we get out of here, my man?
I like Mac 10's thoughts right there. That's going to be my final thoughts. Let's get some sacks today. Let's get some sacks. Let's have a performance on the defensive side of the ball very similar to how we dominated Jared Goff, who is an NFL veteran now. He is not a rookie. We should be able to absolutely dominate this little Zach Wilson kid out of BYU who should have never come into the NFL so quickly. So let's get some sacks today. That's my closing thoughts. And just really enjoyed this live stream today with all you guys. Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it. You guys, like Tone says, you guys are the oil to the engine. You're the gas of the vehicle. Without you, each and every one of you out there, it doesn't go anywhere. So thank you so much for the support. We love bringing you guys this content just as much as we love our Eagles. So continue to support, and we'll continue to bring you that good content.
Big thanks, man. This is going to be an interesting game. Super excited to see what happens. We need a bounce back win. We need to take this W into the bye.
Big time.
That's the biggest thing. We need to get a win going into the bye, and we need to keep our playoff hopes alive. That's the interesting thing about it, because we're still in the hunt, believe it or not.
We are.
But we need the bottom line is we need to continue to develop, continue to just improve as a team, improve with our play calling, improve with just our situational play calling as well. It sucks that Jalen Hurts isn't playing today, but Gardner Minshew was our guy. We're Eagles fans first, and we want him to do well. So you guys, so humble for you guys being here. I'm super grateful. This content is nothing without you guys. Like my man Philly FOOTHILLS just said, if you guys haven't already, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to all the content. We have so much content available for you guys to check out on both of our channels respectively. The links are available down below in the description if you want to support my man Philly FOOTHILLS from the Nest Out West, and if you guys also want to support myself, Tone DeShields II from Chalk It Up Sports Philly. Super grateful to you guys. You guys were in the chalk zone. Shout out to my man Michi for throwing that out there, the chalk zone. I like that, my man. We got 11 people. We got 11 people on the live stream. You guys are just so awesome. This content is nothing without you guys, man. We have so much fun doing this, Philly. Like this is so fun. Like just talking to the people, picking their brains about everything, because these guys are smart. The people in these chats are smart, man. They know their football, and that's the dope thing about it, man. Being around like-minded individuals, being around people who know the game, who are in love with the game, and just want our team to win, man. That's the dopest thing, my guy.
And it's been really special for me as a West Coast Eagles fan. Really, because I don't know a lot of Eagles fans from the East Coast before I got onto YouTube. So getting in the mind of the fan base as it in totality has been has been very, very fun and interesting. And I'm loving this, like you said, just absolutely loving it. And just getting in we're really hitting our stride, my guy. We really are. And we're doing great things.
Oh yeah, you already know, man. This is only the beginning for us. That's the thing.
Absolutely.
The only place you have to go is up. You dig? So, you
Sure.
guys, without further ado, we're gonna get out of here. As we always say, man, you guys were locked in on Chocolate Sports Philly. What you got? Tone the Shields the second. Where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got charges to the game. And my man Philly Hills, give him the good old outro. You know what to do.
Until next time, everybody, we fly until we die. Stay mean, stay green. Thanks for viewing us on your screen. But most importantly, like I always say, keep it fuego.
Fuego. And we out of here, you guys. Let's go turn these jets into Spirit Airlines. Shout out to my little brother. Shout out to all you fans that have been there. Shout out to the GOAT Michi, Ryan Rowe, Antonio DeShield Sr., Mac 10, Cameron Holmes, and Boogie, Carolyn Palmer, Ivan Mims, Eagles champ. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all you guys. Eagles Uncensored Podcast. Shout out to Nightings. Shout out to Jay Young, Taylor Walker Divine. You know what I'm saying? Fresco RMF.
Killing it.
Who else? You guys are killing it. Birdman 951. Man, you guys have been awesome. Super grateful to you guys. Enjoy y'all Sunday. Enjoy y'all football. Eat good. Sleep good. Stay humble. Stay healthy. And most importantly, stay hungry, you guys. And we out of here.
Go Birds.